Hi guys, welcome to your day 7, last day of your 7-day of yoga challenge. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we're done on completing your first 6 days. So today we're going to be working on our hips. Hips is where we store our trapped emotions. Sometimes we tend to have them quite unflexible or a bit stuck if we're not used to stretching them. So we're going to be working on that today. So when you're ready, just come into a sitting position. Bring one hand, one palm on your belly and close your eyes. Just taking 5 deep breaths into your belly. Take a deep breath in through your nose and press your navel out. Push your belly button against your palm. And as you exhale, suck your navel in, all the way in. Breathing in through your nose, pressing out and out. 2 more. Just trying to focus here, maybe slowing down your breath. And last one. And release the palms onto your knees. Keep your back upright. If you want to set an intention for today's practice, for your last day of challenge, now is a good time to do it. And as we inhale, we're going to bring the hands up towards the sky, join the palms together. You can open your eyes, gaze up. As you exhale, find your twist towards either side. Bring one hand against your knee and twist back, gaze over your shoulder. Inhaling, going back up. And we're going towards the other side with the exhale. And up again. And one more on each side. And up. And release. Last round up. And we find our tabletop. So find your R4. And a few cats and cows here. So dropping your belly down, opening your chest, gazing up. As you exhale, rotate your pelvic, navel towards your spine, shoulder blades towards the sky, and chin to chest. Breathing in, dropping down, rolling your spine, gazing up. And release. And last round of breath in. And as we exhale, we're going to come back to a neutral spine. We're going to drop the hips towards one side of our mat as we gaze back towards our heel. And come back towards the center and go the other side. Breathing in, and we do one more on each side and feel the stretch on the side of your hips. Make sure your knee stays flat onto the floor. And beautiful. Back towards the center, find your downward dog. Lift your hips towards the sky, open your chest. Take a few deep breaths in here. If you want to walk your dog, bending one knee at a time, you can do so, paddling your dog, making sure your spine stays long, sitting bones towards the sky. As we exhale, we're going to bend our knees, look between our hands, and we're stepping towards the front of your mat. So take little steps, one at a time. Come towards the front of your mat. Halfway lift with the inhale. We're going to start moving through our flow. Release down with the exhale. Coming all the way up to standing. Reach high. And straight away we find our fall forward. Halfway lift. Extend your spine. Plant your palms. Step or jump back. If you want to drop your knees for your first chaturanga, you can. If not, rock forward. Lower down your chaturanga. Upward dog with the inhale. And downward dog. Going straight into the action today. You guys have been warming up all week for that. But if you do want to take it slower or at your own pace, you're more than welcome. Take one deep breath in here. As we exhale, bend your knees, look between your hands, and step, jump, or float towards the front. Halfway lift. Release with the exhale. Coming all the way up to standing. Reach high. And we find our Uttanasana salutation, so release down, fall forward. Halfway lift, big step back with your right foot, landing as far back as you can, drop your knee down, untuck your toes, Ujjayi, lift your chest up. Release the hands onto the floor with the exhale, front foot goes back, find your downward dog for one inhale, As we exhale, plank pose, rock forward, chaturanga. As we exhale, upward dog with the inhale, roll the shoulders back, and downward dog. And straight away from here, the right leg goes up towards the sky. Tiger curl in, drop the foot between your hands, find your other side, Ujjayi Asana or low lunge, lifting your chest up. And release the hands down, back foot comes forward, find your fall forward. Halfway lift, release down. Coming all the way up to standing. Maybe a little arch of the back as you reach high. Extend your heart, reach back, and hands in front of your heart, Samasthiti. Moving to one round of sun salutation. Big toes touching. Find your chair pose for one inhale. Lift your arms up, squeeze the knees in. Release, fall forward. Halfway lift. Step, jump or float back. If you are ready to jump, plant your palm, land into your chaturanga. Upward dog with the inhale. And downward dog. Inhale, right leg goes high. Bend your knee and open your hips. Find your hip yawn. Shoulders stay square towards the back of your mat, but the right knee is high. Squeeze the heel towards your bum. Can you start taking little rotation of your right knee in control? Extend the right leg back up, tiger curl in, and find your warrior one with the inhale. Drop the foot down, back heel flat on the floor, hips are square, lift up. As we exhale, we release the hands down. Right leg's going to go back up towards the sky. Find your three-legged dog. Maybe find your downward dog straight away. If not, find your three-legged dog. Lower yourself down. Upward dog. And downward dog. We're going straight towards the other side. Left leg goes high. Bend your knee, open your hips. Find your hip yawn onto the other side. Can you lift the left knee a bit higher and start circling, little circle of the left knee. Extend the left leg back up, tiger curl in, warrior one with the inhale. And release down with the exhale, left leg high, three-legged dog. Plank pose or three-legged plank, chaturanga, upward dog, and downward dog. Two deep breath in here. As we exhale, bend your knees, look between your hands, step, jump or float towards the front. Halfway lift. And release. Find your chair pose with the inhale, squeeze your knees in, lift your chest up, hands goes up, and release, Samasthiti. Beautiful. Take two deep breaths in here. Okay, now from here we're going to open the feet about mat wide, toes pointing out, so 45-degree angle, just going to be facing you. As we inhale, bring your hands up. As you exhale, hands in front of your heart, find your Malasana by bending your knees in line with your toes and coming into your yogi squat. You can come all the way down to the floor if your hips are open. If you've got tight hips, you might want to have maybe the fingertips on the floor, keep your hips a bit higher, or you can even sit on the block if that is too much for your hips. If you're happy into your Malasana, elbows in the inside of your knee and press your knees out as you roll your shoulders back, lengthen your spine. Now stay here for a few breaths. We're going to release the left hand onto the floor. Raise the right arm up with the inhale. Squeeze, twist, and gaze towards the sky. Release the hand onto the floor, the other hand goes up. And release back into your Malasana for 2 breaths. As we inhale, we're going to release both hands onto the floor. Big step back with your left foot. So left foot goes back. Draw your right foot in to find your runner's lunge. You can have your fingertips onto the floor or the palms. Inhaling, raise the right arm up towards the sky. Finding your twist here.
Now we're going to go into our reverse Kandasana. So release that hand towards the back of your mat as you roll onto the outside of both of your feet, dropping your hips slow and reaching towards the back of your mat. Coming all the way up and over, hand in the inside of your foot. We find our warrior reverse with the inhale. So lifting up, right palm goes high, reaching towards the sky. Front knee bend, back leg active. As we exhale, side angle. Elbow on top of your knee and bring the left hand all the way over, maybe palm facing down, gazing up. Beautiful. If you've got already the hips open, you want to have the fingertips on the floor instead of having your knee and elbow together. It's an option. Reverse your warrior, coming up. And as we exhale, we cartwheel our hands down. Right leg gonna go up towards the sky. Find your three-legged dog. If you want to move to your vinyasa, you're more than welcome to. Find your plank or three-legged plank, lower down, upward dog, and downward dog. From here, we bend our knees, look between our hands, step, jump, or float towards the front. Halfway lift. Release down with the exhale. Coming all the way up to standing. And Samasthiti, hands in front of your heart. Open your feet about mat wide. Find your Malasana again. So inhale, open the arms up. And Malasana, soak down all the way down. Same principle here. If you want to have your hands on the floor instead, you're more than welcome to do so. If you want to go into your twist, release the left hand onto the floor, right hand goes up. If you want to go into your full bind, you might want to bend the right elbow, bring your hand behind your back, and see if you can interlock your arms around your left knee. So this is just an option if you want to, you do not have to. Release your bind, bring the right hand back up and over onto the floor. We're going to go straight towards the other side. Left hand goes high. And find your bind onto the other side. And slowly releasing the bind, hands onto the floor. Plant your palms onto the floor. This time the right leg goes back. Big step back. Draw the left foot in. In a runner's lunge, onto your fingertips or right palm onto the floor. Left hand goes high. Find your twist. Reach towards the sky. Draw your left shoulder back. Keep breathing here. As you exhale, roll onto the outside of both of your feet as you drop your hips slow and bring the left hand towards the back of your mat. Really good stretch for your IT bend. One more breath, and we're coming all the way up and over. Hand in the inside of your foot. Ground your back heel onto the floor. Reverse the warrior with the inhale, reaching the left hand high. As we exhale, we're going to go into our side angle. So elbow on top of your knee. Left hand up and over. Either with the elbow on top of the knee or the hands onto the floor, whichever variation you prefer. Keep gazing up and rolling the right shoulder back. Activating your fingertips. And reverse the warrior. And plant your palms onto the floor on each side of your left foot and move to your vinyasa or find your downward dog. Inhaling, upward dog, and we meet again into our downward dog. Take a deep breath in. As we exhale, bend your knees, look between your hands. Now we're going to step with both our feet on the outside of our hands, finding our Malasana again. Now it's up to you if you want to stay into your Malasana. If you got the crow in your practice, you want to have a play with crow, bring your hands onto the floor, spread your fingers wide, lift your hips and come onto your tippy toes if you are used to. Knees on the outside of your armpit or tricep or elbows, whichever variation of crow you are used to take. And then find your balance pose here. Maybe lifting one foot at a time or both foot. If you are used to do crow, maybe you want to go into your extended arms, crow, crane. And take a few deep breaths in here. Slowly releasing your crow back into your Malasana. Hands in front of your heart. Hands down, left leg goes back. Big step back, draw the right foot in. Right hand high with the inhale. Reverse Kandasana, reach towards the back of the room. Drop your hips low, rolling the feet. Coming all the way up and over. Hand in the inside of your foot. And then left hand goes high with the inhale. So if that's too much for your hips, have the elbow on top of your knee. Release the hands back onto the floor. Frame your front foot with your hands, right leg goes high. And as we exhale, we find our pigeon pose by dropping the knees down between our hands, extending the left leg as far back on tuck. Inhale, chest up. As you exhale, find your fold forward into your pigeon. Now, if you've got tight hips and pigeon is too much, you might want to bend the back knee 90 degrees into your deer pose. Or you might want to have a block under your right sitting bones to square the hips and just relax here down. Slowly start coming back up onto your hands. And then tuck your back toes, lift your back knee. Bring your right leg towards your chest and hold it here. Try to bring the leg a bit closer, so not close to the floor, really close to your chest. Round your upper back. Use your core muscle to pull the leg in. And then going up towards the sky, vinyasa, or downward dog, so either three-legged plank or plank, upward dog, and downward dog. Take one deep breath in here. As we exhale, bend your knees, look between your hands. Step or jump with the feet on the outside of your hands. Malasana. Hands in front of your heart. Same principle here, either stay here into your Malasana. If you want to have a play with your crow, you can bring your hands onto the floor and prep for your crow. Whether you have your pro or not in your practice, you might just want to have a play here. Perhaps you might just want to lift one leg at a time off the floor. And eventually you'll be able to lift both legs, touch your big toes, and find your balance here. And 2 more breaths. If you want to go into one-legged crow, you're more than welcome to have a play. And Malasana again. For 1 breath, hands in front of your heart. Then release the hands down, right leg goes back. Draw the left foot in. Right hand in the inside of your left foot, left hand goes high. As soon as you finish your inhale, reverse Skandasana, rolling onto the outside of your feet, dropping the hips low. Reaching back. Coming up and over, left hand in the inside of your left foot, right hand goes high. You can bring the left elbow on top of your left knee if that's too much for your hips. And then release that hand down. Frame your front foot with your hands. Left leg goes high for 1 three-legged dog. Create space, extend your leg, and then find your pigeon, dropping the knee between your hands. Extend the right leg back, untuck your toes. Lift your chest up with the inhale. Your favorite variation of pigeon. So either you extend your arms forward and forehead down, or if you just want to have your elbows bent and relaxing onto your forearm, it's really up to you. And slowly coming onto your hands. And we're tucking the back toes, lift your back knee, and bring your left leg towards your chest and hold. Bring the leg a bit higher, away from the mat. Hug it in higher. Contract your abs. And then up towards the sky. If you want to move to another vinyasa, make your way to your plank. Lower down. Upward dog. And downward dog. Take 3 deep breaths into your downward dog. Any kind of variation you want to bring into your downward dog, you're more than welcome to do so. If you want to find maybe one ankle and hand together and find a twist, or the other side. As we exhale, we bend our knees, look between our hands, step or jump through to come to a sitting pose. Now from here, we're going to find one big stretch, wide leg stretch, actually. So open your legs about mat wide, this time on the length side of the mat. And then what we're going to be doing here is we want to try to open the legs as wide as we can and flex the toes towards you. Now, we want to have the hips rotating forward and be sitting onto our sitting bones and not onto our lower back. So if you find yourself that you are into that position and your pelvic is rotating back instead of being rotated forward, you might want to sit, elevate your hips, sit on a blanket, on a block, or book, or a cushion. Now, once you're here, we want to inhale, bring your hands behind you and press your fingertips into the floor to rotate your pelvic. Now you might feel it into your groin, into the inner thigh, or maybe even in the inside of your knee. Take a deep breath in, lengthen your spine. As you exhale, tuck your navel in and see if you can start folding forward. Maybe just being here will be enough of a stretch. But if you're happy, maybe bring your hands in front of you and then just start lowering yourself down, keeping your back up straight as much as you can. So not just crunching the head down. We want to try to keep the back right, and that will deepen the stretch more. And we're just going to stay here for 5 deep breaths. Remember to keep your feet flex, and the action we want to be doing here is to bring the toes towards the sky, so not dropping forward. We're trying to have a rotation out. These muscle the upper legs to rotate out as we bring our chest down. And another 2 deep breaths. And last round of breath. Maybe lower yourself a little bit more before coming up slowly. Grab the outside of your knees and draw your legs in, knees to chest. Maybe find a little tuck forehead with your knees together. And from here, we're going to find a laying down position. When you're ready, we're going to rock into a laying down slowly with our knees to chest to start with. Finding our bridge pose. So drop the feet down. You can touch your heel with the tip of your fingers. When you're ready, inhaling and bring your hips high. Now if you want to interlock your hands behind your back, roll your shoulders under. Press your hands against the floor, so the hands should not be lifting from the floor. Now, if you want to, this is an invitation, you do not have to. Can you lift your left leg towards the sky? Flex your left foot, bend your left knee, and bring your left ankle on top of your right knee and draw the knee down to find figure 4 legs. Keep the hips a bit higher. Extend the left leg back up and release into a bridge, normal bridge. And we're going to go towards the other side, so right leg goes up. Flex the foot, bend the knee, and ankle on top of your knee. Draw the right knee down as you bring your hips a bit higher. And then extend the leg back up. And slowly release all the way down. Release your shoulders, release your hips. Open your hips, your knees wide. Join the sole of your feet together into your reclined butterfly. You can have your arms open or maybe over your head if that feels good. And preparing for our second round of bridge. Draw the knees in. And if you want to go into a restorative bridge, you're more than welcome. If not, just go into a normal bridge this time. So bring your hips high, squeeze the inner thigh, interlock your fingers, roll the shoulders under. And just take a few deep breaths in here. 3 breaths. If you are used maybe to come onto your tippy toes, you might want to have a play here, how that feels. And then slowly releasing heels, hands, shoulders, and back, knees to chest. Keep your right knee towards your chest, extend the left leg. Left hand on the outside of your right knee, draw that knee towards the left side of your mat as you open your right arm and gaze in the opposite direction. Finding a stretch and trying to release here. Slowly coming back towards the center. We're going towards the other side. So left knee in, right leg extended, right hand on the outside of your left knee, and open and gaze towards the left hand this time, maybe closing the eyes. Coming back towards the center, knees into your chest. If you want to find your happy baby, grab the outside of your feet. Quick happy baby, maybe rocking from left to right. And then we're going to find our Shavasana from here, extending the legs wide, about mat wide. Hands on each side of your body. Lower back flat on the floor, and closing the eyes. Connecting with your breath, connecting inward. And maybe shifting the focus onto your hips for a few breaths. Slowly start bringing awareness back into your body. Move your head, your fingers, your toes, your ankle, your wrist. Bring your legs touching each other, interlock your fingers, bring your hands over your head, palms facing away from you, and stretch from the tip of your toes to the tip of your fingers. Stretch and extend your body. And release, and then bring your knees towards your chest. You might want to go down towards one side of your mat. And then slowly make your way to a sitting pose, keeping the eyes closed. Take a few deep breaths in and out through your nose. Then bring your hands in front of your heart center. Gently bow your head down. Open your eyes, gazing at the tip of your fingers, and invite gratitude into your day, into your week. Feeling grateful towards your body, your mind, your spirit, towards yourself for completing that 7 days of yoga challenge. Namaste. Thank you so much, guys, for joining. Congrats on completing your day 7 of your 7 days of yoga challenge. Well done, everyone. Thank you for joining. If you have any question about today's practice, about the last 7 days, please contact me and ask me. I'll be happy to help you guys. I hope you will keep up your practice, your healthy habit. If you need any tips or advice, get in touch with me. And yeah, if you liked it, please comment, share, and like, and we'll start again next month. Thank you so much, guys.